Welcome. My name is Gail. Today is Chair Tai Chi. Let's get started. I'm going to stand up, move this chair out of the way from the front, and come to the back of the room. Make sure you don't see that in the video. Very good. Okay, I also have my ball here. You do not have to have a ball to do the class, but I might visually demonstrate a couple of the postures with a ball. And again, we're going to do what we can with what we got today, and I'm looking to see where I am. Okay, so maybe I'm going to scoot back just a little bit, like half an inch. Okay, beautiful. So how we start our Chair Tai Chi class, our Tai Chi classes here on Veterans Yoga Project, we take our right fist. Y'all got to figure out which one's your right fist, okay? That's the sun. And then you do the flat palm on top. That's the moon. And then we bow down to one another in respect. Very good. So to begin with, let's start with the Dantian breath. So what is the Dantian breath? That's a energy center that's about 2 finger widths below your belly button. So find your belly button and take 2 finger widths below that, then hop your finger down below. That's the center of your body. You're going to place a palm on that center and a hand on top of that. Kind of wiggle those shoulders a little bit. And then from here, as we breathe in, think about your belly expanding like you're blowing up a balloon. And as you exhale, you draw the belly button towards the spine. Again, relax those shoulders. And let's start together. Breathe in, belly expands. Chest expands also, okay? And then exhale, draw that belly button towards the spine. Again, breathe in, belly out. And exhaling. One more time. Breathe in, belly out. And exhale. This is also known as diaphragmatic breathing. So some of the benefits of diaphragmatic breathing is it helps you to relax, improves your muscle function during certain exercises, and prevents strain. And it increases how much oxygen is in your blood. And you can also reduce your heart rate, reduce blood pressure with that thoughtful, mindful expanding the belly out, contracting the belly button in. So again, let's do one more. Here we go. Breathe in, belly out, and then exhale, belly button towards the spine. Very good. From here, let's do the Atlas point rotation. We're going to take our nose and draw a circle with our nose. So this softens the neck and shoulder muscles. And also you can hear some little crunchy things going on when you do the Atlas point rotation. So it's called the Atlas point rotation because at the very top of the spine, the atlas of the skull sits on top of the spine. Now if this makes you dizzy, have your eyeballs look forward instead of following the circle. Woo, little crunchiness going on here on that right side. Let's pause and go the other way. So here we go. We're going to draw the circle the other way. Softening those neck muscles. You may be noticing a little bit of spiciness. Maybe go a little bit slower if it's a little spicy today. Very good. Bring it back to the center. So the next one is swimming dragon. So this is great for neck pain, lessening neck pain, range of motion. You place the palms together. And I have my feet a little bit wider than legs lined up with my hips. I just feel a little bit more stable that way. And I'm away from that back of the chair, by the way. And again, hands together. Let's breathe in, expand the belly. And as we exhale, we're going to push the hands one direction and turn the head the other direction. Stay here, breathe in. Exhaling back to the center. Staying here, let's inhale. Exhale, push it the other direction. Staying here, breathe in. Exhale back to the center. Let's do one more each side. First, we breathe in, belly big. Exhale, push it away. Inhaling, stay here. Exhale back to the center. Stay here, breathe in, belly big. Exhale, push it away. Let's stay here, breathe in, belly big. Exhale back to the center. Let's do the finishing breath by inhaling, circle, sweep arms up. And then exhale, bring the hands down the heart center as if there was a ball underneath here and you're pushing down that energy ball back down to your dantian, below that belly button. Very good. Next is to open up blood flow to the heart. So we're going to open up that carotid by doing spread the feathers. So I'm going to spread the hands out like a little starfish and take the hand out to the side. Now I'm going to lower my arm just a little bit, then turn the thumb to the back of the room so you kind of feel that activation of that arm, the shoulder. And I'm going to take my opposite ear, gently drop it towards my shoulder. Woo, feeling a little spice there. And then let's take the chin and look where the wall meets the ceiling. Now we're going to do a little kind of draw a smile with our chin. We're going to bring our chin back down towards our chest and then towards that same side as the arm is extended, and then back down towards the chest and towards that opposite side and release. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. Again, spread the feathers. Bring that feather out to the side. Turn the thumb to the back of the room. Maybe lower the arm a little bit, or if it feels uncomfortable, maybe you raise it up a bit. We're going to take that opposite ear, drop it towards the shoulder. Oof. And then let's take the chin and kind of point it towards where the wall meets the ceiling. And we're going to draw a smile with our chin. So bring the chin down towards the chest and then towards that same side arm that's extended outside. And then bring the chin back down towards the chest and then towards that opposite direction and release. Very good. Let's spin the hands. Loosens the wrists, good for carpal tunnel. Plus, gives you a little bit of air coming across your chest. That's always a bonus in these warmer months, right? Whew. We're already having to put air conditioner on here in Southeast Texas. But like I said, it's June. It would make sense that that would have to happen, yeah? And then let's reverse. Now, sometimes it's like the whole arm doing it, but try to encourage just the wrist doing the spinning, okay? And again, that gives me a little bit more air coming across the front of my neck, the kind of the hollow of my throat there. Very good. From here, cup the hands and swing the arms. Ooh, I like this one. I'm trying to think, why is this one good? You're kind of going through that range of motion of the shoulder there. You might be hearing some creaky things. One arm may be totally different than the other, yeah? Now, if you can, we're going to take the hands, touch the shoulders, bend the elbows a little bit more. It's a little bit slower arm swing that way. We also do this in the standing Tai Chi class where we do the arm swings, but we bend the knees a little bit to get a little lubrication for those knee joints. But here, we're just being nice and still with the feet. One more. Very good. And just kind of let those arms dangle a little bit. Let's do some alternate shoulder rolls here. Oof. And then let's reverse the direction. Make it look funny. All right, then we're going to hold the shoulder roll. So we're going to shrug the shoulders towards the ears. This helps us to prevent those hump in the neck, strengthen the upper back musculature, maybe feeling kind of spicy, and then release it down. We're going to do that again, so shoulders towards your ears like you're wearing earrings. And we're going to turn halfway to the side. And again, we're strengthening that upper back musculature here. And release it down. Come back to the center. Let's do that again. We're going to go to the other side next. So shrug the shoulders towards the ears. Squeeze the armpits. Your only opportunity to squeeze the armpits is right here. We do also do it in the eagle claw, by the way. And then turn halfway to the side. Woo! Is it getting spicy? It is. And release it down. You know what? Let's do the shrugs. Again, that helps with lymphatic flow. I think we're going to switch it up a little bit today, folks. We're going to do the big six as part of our warm-up and then continue on. So from here, we're going to take our hands, find your collarbone, and we're going to stroke across above and below the collarbone or tap, tap, tap. So we have all this lymphatic fluid in the body and, it gets stagnant. We get brain fog. We feel achy, all sorts of inflammation in the body. And so we're physically trying to release that from our body. Let's do the other side. Here we go. Tap, 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 or stroke across. Now you're not digging, okay? It's just a nice pressure going on there. I got my name tag here kind of in the way. My hair out of the way too. So there's 6 places. It's called the Big Six. Look that up if you want more information. Oh man, Dr. Perry Nicholson has lots of info on this. Now we're kind of, if you can do Spock hands, that's cool, but if you can't, fingers in front of the ear, fingers behind the ear, stroke down the side of the jawline, the side of the neck. You know, when you're sick, the doctor goes in there and checks, are your lymph nodes swollen? Well, guess what? We can kind of work this every day to reduce our opportunities to having inflammation. Okay, and everybody's favorite's coming up, the armpit squeeze, yeah? So you kind of make an angle here. You're going to press it into your armpit, or you take that thumb and the finger and you kind of rub, scrub into the armpit. I know, it's silly. But if you're a man or woman that gets breast cancer, this is the area they check to see, did the cancer move to these lymph node nests? So we're just kind of making sure that we're getting all the gunk out of those areas, okay? Let's do the other side. So here we go. Hand into the other armpit, kind of squeeze, rub that front chest area, pectoral, kind of scrub, rub into the armpit. And now, kind of sweaty there. I'm like, oh, it's kind of gross. Or you can tap it. Tapping it works too. Make a little armpit sound. I love it. Very good. Next is the abdominal region. So gut issues, you know, let's work the lymphs in these areas to try to reduce gut issues. I'm going to move my feet a little forward on this one because I got to find below my rib cage where the diaphragm sits, which is the middle dantian, the middle energy center. I'm going to stroke across that diaphragm. Sometimes it gets like kind of stuck up in under those ribs. And this helps for better breathing ability. And then I'm going to take it down a little bit. And then let's play percussion. Slap, tap, punch, or pound the abdominal. Kind of go up and down. Get it all shaking and moving. Do this every day if you can. All right, so we're going to do a sumo stomp. We're going to take a foot out, stomp, other foot out, stomp, and then where that leg inserts into the torso, we're going to take the side of the hand and chop that crease. Again, men that get prostate cancer, this is the area, I'm going to move my feet forward a little bit, that they they look to see, did the cancer move to these areas, okay? Chop, chop, chop. Let's get rid of that body waste, okay? Woo! Arms might be getting tired. All right, I'm going to walk my feet in a little bit. We're going to do the back of the knee. So again, you can kind of do that right angle with your hands and kind of chop a little bit, or you can stroke gently. Make sure you get the bottom of the hamstring, which is the back of the leg, and the top of the calf also, in addition to that knee crease. And we've got the side of the thumbs kind of massaging that meniscus a little bit too, getting a little warmth into the gelatinous structure there. And you know what, since we're here, clap the hands, rub some heat into the hands, and let's get a little bit of this into our knees. So this is called the Qigong Detoxing. It's very similar to what the Big Six is, so I've just incorporated the Big Six into the Qigong Detox. Other direction. Very good. And let's go ahead and do some tap, tap, taps outside of the knees to reduce knee pain. Now you're not whapping, it's tapping, okay? It's not like, whoo, spicy. Makes a nice little sound. Now let's go to the inside. Not as spicy because you don't have as much, play to kind of tap those inside the knees. Although this feels a little tender to me. Very good. Clap the hands. Rub some heat into those hands. Once again, that's great for increasing the circulation. Yeah? Good. Now from here, we're going to take the hands out to the side, and we're going to go out at angles. We're going to flutter the arms up. It's called Wild Goose Flutter. We're going to bring energy into the arms, into the wrists, into the fingers. And if you can, turn to the side, one in the front, one out to the side, to the center, out to the other side, to the center, and one more, each side, back to the center. Last time, the other side. All right, and back to the center. Very good. From here, I'm going to scoot over to one side of my chair and have a hand either on my hip or my shoulder as we stir the arm. you might be feeling a little tingling sensation going on with that hand, with that arm, just right after that wild goose flutter. So this, again, range of motion in that shoulder joint, bursitis, spiciness, yeah? Very good. Now, you can also place the hand down on the leg, but some folks like to have it here, just a little bit of security, yeah? And then let's pause and circle it the other way, or whatever shape that it is, yeah? Again, to understand your range of motion in this particular movement that we do with our shoulder complex. And then make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. Then we're going to come over to the other side. I'm going to shift over to the other side of my chair. Let that arm dangle there. Now this one I don't have to have my hand on my shoulder, but I'm going to place it here on my leg. And start your stir arms. And probably most of y'all know I have a pacemaker. The pacemaker's in there for very low heart rate. I would, go to 32 beats per minute and pauses. So they put it in there so that it would continue to beat, okay? So this is the physical therapy exercise I had to do to get my shoulder back into, total working, because I had to be in a sling for 2 weeks because they want to make sure that the leads that go into the heart get really firm into the heart. Reverse, go the other way. And I probably shared with you all before too, I had the surgery for AFib where you get rid of AFib. They go through the ribs, work on a live heart, and ablate the outside of the heart. When they did that, they replaced my pacemaker. And you know what? It's been almost 2 years. I've not had to use that pacemaker since my heart surgery. So maybe some of my AFib had to do something with my low heart rate. Well, okay, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. You want more details? We can chat afterwards, okay? And we're reversing, if we didn't reverse already, and then make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. Very good. Come back to the center, and from here, let's inhale, circle sweep arms up. Let's bring down fists this time because we're going to do eagle claw. So this is for increased mobility. So let's inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Inhale, fist back down to the chest. Open up the hand. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back to your chest. This is where you feel that little squeeze. Exhale, out to the side. Now we're going to open and close 5 times. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to your waistline. Other side, fist to chest. Breathe in. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up. Exhale, push it forward. Beautiful. Inhale, back to your chest. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to your chest. Inhale, fist to chest. Other side. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, other side. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Beautiful. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up that hand. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waist. Let's do inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Let's do the heart one, where we do a heart. Bring the hands down the center, makes a little heart, and then when you bring the hands, palms up, take the thumb into your palm, and then fingers on the thumb. That stimulates the heart meridian. Then we inhale, elbows back, chest forward. Exhale, arms out to the side. This is called the blood pressure technique. Inhaling, circle, sweep arms up. Make a heart. Exhaling, bring it down. Grab those thumbs. Okay, here we go. Inhale, elbows back, chest forward. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, out to the side. Help low and high blood pressure. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring it down. Here we go. Grab those thumbs. Here we go. Inhale, elbows back, chest forward. Exhale, out to the side. Helps balance that blood pressure. Again, last time. Breathe in, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring it down. Grab those thumbs. Inhale, elbows back, chest forward. Exhale, out to the side. Let's do the finishing breath, shall we? Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and then bring down the chi. Very good. From here, let's bring a foot out to the side. You're on the back of the heel, toe towards the ceiling. Hello, calf. It's a little tight today. Oh, my gosh. And then gently point the toe away. Now I've got carpet. This is kind of tough on carpet, yeah? And then we're going to point and flex. So here we go. So calf pump, returning blood flow from those extraneous limbs back to the heart. And that, again, this is considered to be the second heart when you pump the calf. Helps to lower the blood glucose also. So it's a good thing. This also helps to prevent foot cramps, improve ankle flexibility. And again, second heart aids blood flow to the heart. And then let's bring it in. We're going to do the other side. So bring that leg out, shake it out, wiggle it out. Toes towards you. Sit up tall. I'm always like losing, my nice tall posture. So if I say it, I imagine y'all are losing it too, yeah? Point the toes away. Ooh, my foot just did a snap, crackle, pop when I did it on that side. And then we're going to pump the heel. So here we go. Woo. Okay, big old snappy poppy noise going on there. Very good. Yeah, my foot's not moving very far because of that carpet, yeah? I bet you if I had a piece of paper underneath there, man, it'd be going like crazy, yeah? Okay. Whoa! Never mind. Something fell in the room. And then bring it in. Okay, beautiful. From here, let's do spinal cord breathing. We're going to cup the hands like we did before when we threw the arms. We're going to inhale, elbows up, chest forward, and then exhale, curve the spine to the back room. So it's kind of like seated cat-cow. And again, inhale, elbows up, exhale, curve the spine. Might be a little spicy, so go a little slow, okay? And then inhale, come back to neutral position, chest forward, elbows up, exhale. Let's go over to the side this time. So elbows up, turn to the side, exhale back to the center. Other side, inhaling, elbows up, 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 up. Exhale back to the center. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and bring down the chi. Very good. From here, we're going to scoot back in our chair. So scoot back in your chair. I don't think we've done this variation before, but we're going to take our hands on our shin and then bring that shin in towards you. So we're trying to, and I'm bringing the other foot a little forward. We're trying to do ankle isolation, rotation. Ooh, might be some snap, crackle, pops. Now, this is not available. You can just do a regular ankle circle, okay? And then let's reverse. Well, my shin is getting super tired on that one, yeah? Very good. And release. Let's do the other one. So, grab the hands on the shin and invite it in towards the chest and start that rotation. This is also stimulating the colon, which means, well, you can just imagine what that means. And let's reverse, other direction. Louise is smiling. She knows. Ooh, this is spicy. Love it. 85 more. Okay, how about 83, 84, 85. Beautiful. Bring that foot down. You know what? Let's stomp the feet to kind of get rid of that built up kind of tension that happened with the knee into chest or that rotation of that ankle. And then come up on the balls of the feet and shake the legs. Again, this helps with preventing leg cramps. So this is a good thing to do. All right, from here, we're going to do swallow flies to the nest. So let's do the finishing breath first. So inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and bring the palms up down towards your lap as you exhale. So we're going to inhale, bring an arm across, exhale way out to the side, inhale up and over, and exhale out in front, and bring it back to the center. Now we're switching arms. Inhale, bring an arm across, exhaling out to the side, inhale up and over, and exhale out in front of you. Now I'm going to say the poem that's associated with this. So swallow flies east, bring it across, breathe in, Swallow flies west, exhaling. Swallow flies up and over, breathe in, and lands in its nest. Woo! And bring it back to the center. Other side. Swallow flies east, doesn't know directions. Swallow flies west, exhaling. Swallow flies up and over and lands in its nest. Let's do one more time. Inhaling, swallow flies east, bring it across. Swallow flies west, exhaling out. Swallow flies up and over as you breathe in. And exhaling, lands in that nest. Last time, swallow flies east, bring it across. Swallow flies west. Swallow flies up, 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 and over. And exhaling, lands in its nest. Beautiful. Bring it back to the center. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Very good. Next is teacup. So teacup is a little interesting. That's the word I'm going to use. So you have an imaginary cup of tea or maybe a cup of ice here in your palm. The objective is don't let that palm tip over to the side or all the way down because you're going to spill your tea, okay? All right, a different meaning for spilling the tea. So what we'll do here is bring the elbow out to the side and the hand close to the body and its palm up. Then you lean forward and hide the tea behind you. Okay, then you lean out the opposite direction because you're going to bring your tea out to the side. Palm up. Feels weird, right? Then you got to do a low circle and then a high upper circle to keep that palm up. You may have to have your eyes look at the hand to make sure you're not spilling your tea. Woo! All right, I'm going to use the ball this time so you can kind of like visually see this. So again, pretend this is your teacup and it's palm up. So I'm going to bring the palm up out here, the hand near the armpit. Then I'm going to hinge forward, hide my hand behind me. Very good. Palm out to the side, palm up. And I'm kind of leaning out that opposite direction. Now I'm going to draw a low circle, keeping that ball palm up, and then bring it back to the center. Woo! You're going to feel a little core work going on here, yeah? Let's do that again. So out to the side, palm up, sneak it behind you, lean a little forward. Now lean out to the side, bring the arm out to the side, palm up. Okay, here's where you do that low circle and lean back to where you can spiral it to where it's all palm up. Sometimes you're going to spill the tea though, yeah? One more time this side, okay? Then we'll work the other side. So palm up, hide it back behind you. Again, teacup exercise. Palm out to the side, palm up. I'm leaning out now. And here we go. We're going to draw that low circle and then bring it back behind you and back to the center. Very good. Here's where it gets a little difficult. I'm going to put that ball back on down. We got to do the other side. This side got it down pat. Took a couple of times. Now, again, it's good for brain work, good for that Alzheimer's prevention. We're going to do that palm up, other hand. Bring the elbow out to the side, and it's kind of palm towards your armpit here. And you lean forward, bring it back behind you, and then out to the side, palm up. Look at it. Is it palm up? I hope so. Then you're going to draw that low circle, lean back. Ooh, I spilled my tea. And bring it out in front of you. Woo! Okay, so it has to take time to learn it on this other side. So here we go. Palm out to the side towards your armpit, then lean forward, hide your palm, hide your arm, your hand. Bring the hand out to the side, palm up. Now I'm going to watch it this time as I do the spiral circle so I don't spill my tea. Oh my goodness. And then bring it back to the center. Ooh. I'm going to grab the ball this time. So again, if y'all are watching, you can visually see that. So ball to the armpit or palm up, hide the hand behind you, and then bring the hand out to the side. I'm leaning out the opposite direction, palm up. I'm doing a low circle, making sure that palm is up, and I'm using my core here as I lean back and bring everything back to the center. Let's do that 2 more times. Here we go. So we're leaning, we're getting ready to lean forward because we're going to hide the ball. Very good, teacup exercise. Palm out to the side, palm up. Here we go. It's low, and we're leaning back to do that circle to make sure that palm is up, 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 and bring it back around. Okay, let's do it one more time. Palm to the armpit, and then hide the hand, lean out, palm out to the side. Here we go. Make sure that palm is up as you bring it back to the center. Yay, we did it. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Let's draw a circle inward and then another one. This is called Pari, but you may know it as wax on, wax off. Ooh, little spiciness in the shoulders today maybe. Again, range of motion in this type of horizontal circulation movement. And you're kind of covering the same ground in the center here. Now, let's pause and wipe it out. It may take a couple of times to kind of get that shape that's going on. I got one that's a little bit more wider than the other. I don't know why. I've got a little bit more range of motion on that side, yeah? Then we're going to bring it like we're going to wash the windows. So let's wash the windows. Here we go. Ooh, hello, shoulders. Have we been using those shoulders a little bit? We use them a lot in Chair Tai Chi. You can also do this class standing if you like to do standing instead. Now we're going to draw it inward. So here we go. Here's the true wax on, wax off that I remember. That's dating myself, right? Now, if you want more vigor in this posture, it's always if. You make fists and you bring the elbows more to the center as you're doing this. So this is elbow digs, a kind of a little variation of our Pari. Woo. This works the brain. This works the core. All right, let's bring it back horizontally, wiping in, making it smaller, smaller, and smaller. Clap those hands. Rub some heat into the hands. Very good. Ah, yes. From here, we're going to lean back. We're going to do another different little variation today. We're going to lift both feet off the ground, maybe hang onto the chair. We're going to do ankles together rotation. It might be a little tough. You're going to notice maybe there's a dominant foot. Definitely. Oh my goodness. The left one does not want to do anything. Now we're going to reverse. Ooh. Notice what you notice. Is there differences in how this feels on the ability of one side versus the other? It's not a good or a bad thing. It's something to notice, okay, and maybe take some action upon. One more time and release. Come up a little bit and clap the hands once again. And from here, let's lean a little forward. Let's take either the back of the hands or the palms and rub the kidneys, the tops of the hip, the tops of the behind. And then you can take your fists and pound the side of the body a little bit. Very good. We're going to bring those ankle bones together again, and we're going to do the jitterbug. So we're kind of heel toeing out to the side, and you can take your upper body and twist if you like. And bring it back. I'm glad I'm on a metal chair. I was on a cloth chair earlier, and man, my behind was heating up when we were doing jitterbug. And my chair squeaks. Okay, come back to the center. And let's do heels out, toes in. It's going to feel weird, I guarantee it. And heel toe way out. Woo. And in. Maybe you tap your feet. Maybe you tap your ankles. Again, next week, Miss Deb will be teaching the gentle yoga for back care because I'm going to go visit my 98-year-old mom. And so you be sure to come to that class. She's on the board for Veterans Yoga Project, so she's a big wig, okay? She's subbed for us before. And then bring it all the way back in. Very good. Stomp those feet. Wiggle those legs. All right, sit up nice and tall. We're going to bring a leg forward, way out to the side, forward to the chair. Other side, forward, way out. Maybe use your hand, forward to the chair. This time we're going to do 2 times. Tap it twice. 1, 2, out to the side. 1, 2, to the front. 1, 2, and back to the chair. Other side, tap it twice. 1, 2, way out. 1, 2, come back in. 1, 2, bring it back to the chair. Very good. This time, tap 4 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo. Out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it back to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back to the chair. Other side last time. 4 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it way out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it way in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then back to the chair. Clap those hands. Get some heat. And let's kind of rub those shins, those calves, the sides of the legs, the underside. Again, if you want to do the back of the hips, pound the sides of the hips. Maybe go up the back a little bit. Very good. From here, inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and bring down the chi. From here, let's take the hands and tap the tips of the fingers, and then go up the side of the arm. Get into that shoulder, tilt your head a little bit. Let's do a palm up and come down the inside. Let's do that again. Tap, tap, tap the tips of the fingers, up the side of the arm, into the shoulders, and come down. Clap the hands. Little heat there. Let's start with the other side now. Tap, tap, tap the tips of the fingers, come up the side of the arms, into that shoulder. Woo. Palm up, coming down. Let's do that again. Come up, get into that shoulder a little bit, bring it down. Very good. Get some heat going on here. Let me come up to the front of the room. We're going to do a little bit of energy work. Just a little bit. You still see me? Okay, I'm looking in the mirror there. Okay, from here, whew, let's place a hand down on the leg, and we'll take the pad of the finger underneath the first knuckle of the thumb. So we're doing that for that trigger thumbs, stretching the base of the thumb with this, and the other fingers are down on the leg. And release it. Let's take the finger underneath the index finger. Again, that first knuckle, not in between, but the first knuckle nearest the fingernail. Get that stretch going on underneath. If you do any mousing on your computer, or you type with, all your fingers on the keyboard, cutting up, food, doing crafts, working with tools, move on to the middle finger. This is very, very nice to kind of understand your flexibility, your maybe inflammation that's going on with the hands, yeah? And release it down. Let's do the other side, or the other one, the ring finger. Woo, that one's tight. Goodness, goodness. And then bring it down. Let's do the pinky one. And release. Let's do the other side, but first, just kind of rub those hands a little bit of heat. All right, now we're going to do the thumb first. So here we go, underneath that first knuckle. Now mine doesn't go up very high on this, and it's probably because we have opposable thumbs. It's a little bit different than how the fingers are. And release. Finger underneath the index, that first knuckle. Ooh, feel that stretch, the base of the hand, the base of that finger. And let's go to the middle one. So we've done a lot of stuff for increasing range of motion, working both sides of the brain, flexibility, getting into our breath a lot, that's for sure. And let's go to the ring finger. We kind of go through the paces here with this. So you really don't have time to think about the past or think about the future. You're like, okay, what's next? What's Gail going to throw at us next? So you're in the present moment, which helps reduce stress, by the way, okay? So there's kind of some scientific reasons for doing a yoga, for doing a Tai Chi practice. Let's do the pinky. Maybe more so on Tai Chi because we kind of go snap, 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 one thing to the next, yeah? And you may notice that with your other Tai Chi classes that you might take outside of here, Veterans Yoga Project, yeah? Okay. Whew. All right, from here, let's just let the shoulders relax and the arms, kind of dangling by the sides. We're going to press down. We're kind of doing like little O's here. Try not to do like the flat, where it looks like a person's eyeball, but rounded. Okay, so you're going to press down and up, down and up, down and up. Now I try to make sure my fingernails are not digging into my my thumb pad, yeah? So there might be a little flattening, especially if you have long fingernails, yeah? Again, do what you can with what you got. And one more time. And then we'll do the finger flicks. We have a thumb on top of the nail bed of the index finger, and then you know, like you're flicking a bug away. Flick. Ooh, you're going to notice, okay, one finger may be a little spicy. And I know, you know, a lot of us have stiff hands, arthritis in the hands. So this is, you know, get a little movement into the hands, okay? One more time, all the way down to the pinky. And then all the way back to the index finger. Very good. Now we're going to interlace our fingers, bring the palms together, and if you can bring the arms together, I can't quite do that. But I'm looking at my interlaced hands, and we'll do wrist circles or figure eights. I don't think mine are doing the circles. Just kind of notice, is there one side that feels a little bit more, ooh, a little stiff, a little achy? All right, and then you're going to pause, and now you got to think, okay, it's got to go the other way now. Ooh. How does that do that? Okay, let me think here. Okay. It likes to go back the original direction. What is going on here? I can't do that. Okay, think about it. Okay, it's not quite perfect. That's okay. Did you struggle with this? I did. That was like, okay, going the other way is like, what's going on? All right, now I'm going to scoot away from the back of my chair. And, you know, you do the prayer hands, or the hands together, and then you push them down as low as you can towards your belly button without the heels separating. So you're getting that palm stretch, forearm stretch. Might be a little spicy. Again, you don't have to go to the ouch, okay? And then bring it back on up. And just kind of wiggle those fingers a little bit. Let's bring them softly together again. You know, glue those heels together. Glue the heels now. Start pushing it down. Ooh. Oh my. And then bring it back on up. Very good. Let's tap the sides of the hands. That's the heart meridian that helps with lessening headache and vertigo. We do a sampler of this. Usually you do this 60 times or for a minute. And then you take the interwebs of the thumbs, you tap into that for digestive disorders or nausea. Now you typically do this a standard way. So then we're going to flip it just to mess with our brain, okay? And do the other side. And my jewelry is making sounds here. Let me see what the next one is. The interwebs of the fingers, that's for pain or numbness in the limb. So again, you interlace your fingers a standard way, by the way, and tap, tap, tap. So when we did that wrist circle, you just automatically interlace somehow, yeah? Then we're going to pause, wiggle the top finger, and then shift the other index finger to be on top. So that's like your abnormal way to interlace. Tap, tap, tap. Doesn't it feel strange? It's like, yeah. All right, then we're going to do the pulse points. That's for heart, cardiovascular issues. Tap, tap, tap. I'm going to go up and down on this one, right there at the base. It's called the pericardium meridian. So you have the heart meridian, which is different than the pericardium meridian. And I'm going to flip it. So the next one's my favorite, where we tap the top of the hand. That's for osteoarthritis, for back pain. So again, we do those little cuppy hands, and we tap. Now we're not whapping, okay? We're just tapping. Some folks like to put their hand down on their leg and then do it, but then I find that they're like doing too vigorous. So do air. Makes a nice little sound. Let's do the other side. Now I've got a ring on this side, so I'm going to cup it a little bit more so I don't hit that ring on my veins here. Now you move it to the wrists. It's for neck and shoulder pain. Same kind of thing. You're tapping softly, getting some vibrational energy going on there. Ching, 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 making that little sound. Let's do the other one. My watch is there, so I'm not gonna tap my watch, okay? But I'm getting as close as I can. Okay, and one of my favorites is to make that little fist and punch your palm for stress, anxiety, improves clarity, consciousness. You also notice the strength of what's going on here. And I am a little bit more vigorous on this one. Let's do the other one. Ooh, this one's not as strong. Very good. Let's inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Now we're going to take our hands, their palms out, and kind of turn the hands in as we smooth out the energy egg. And then once we get about hip level, you do palms up and you turn your thumbs towards me, and we're smoothing out our aura. So the outside of the pinkies is for the heart, the thumbs is for the lung meridian. Let's do one more all the way down. Then we'll do the Dantian, the finishing breath. So inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Hands coming down the center as if you're bringing that energy ball back down towards the center of your body. And then again, inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring it down. Relax those shoulders. And one more time, breathe in. And exhaling. Very good. Now I invite you to place your hands either stacked upon your heart or hands together at your heart center. And just for just showing up today, maybe drop that chin towards your chest in gratitude of showing up. And we'll think about one thing that we're grateful for today. Think about that. Or maybe an idea of gratitude, you know, if you can't think of something right now. And then you're going to grasp it, clasp whatever you're grateful for, and place it into your heart space just for a moment. Very good. Then I invite you to have your gaze look forward here today. We're going to take that right fist, that's the sun, and that flat left palm, that's the moon, and bow down to one another to end our Chair Tai Chi class. This concludes our practice of Chair Tai Chi. Next week, it's gentle yoga for back care. I'm now going to stop the recording.